How are you guys? Just about to...
Minty, do you ever shut up?
Just about to feed the dogs. So before I get on to today's clip, or the Sunday's clip, I'll show you what I feed my dogs. So the meat mixes up. Sometimes they get chicken, sometimes they get pork, sometimes they get fish. They even got coral trout the other day, so a bit that was left over. And today they got a bit of scrub ball. So that's the scrub ball's a story for another day. But there you go. And if you got dogs with joint problems, I used to give them this stuff, Foresight, and I've actually started using this stuff now, cod liver oil, and I'll tell you what, it's good stuff. It's bloody way cheaper than using that Foresight, and yeah, pretty good for the joints. So yeah, that's how I'll go about feeding mine. Just give them a little spoonful of that cod liver oil on their food as well, and yeah. Okay. Sit. Baby, sit. Bananas. Kidneys. Not okay. Okay. Good job. So anyway, the clip I'm going to show you guys today is from the end of last year, the end of the cane season. So this year we had a really quiet cane season. Bugger all pigs. Got a couple out of the cane, but not too many, as you would have seen. And yeah, last year I was making a lot of clips for Jesse Farr, who runs the U-Hunt app. And yeah, as a bit of an advertisement to it, I'll show you one of the clips from the end of the year last year. It's Cane to Cape York, I called it. So this first week's clips, the sugarcane side of it, and next week's will be Cape York. So better not tell you too much, but yeah, you'll get to see it in a minute. And if you enjoy it, think about subscribing to the U-Hunt app. It does cost money, not too much, and there's a lot of really good hunters, a lot better than what I am, making some cracking clips, especially on the video side of things. They do some really good editing and whatnot. So yeah, if you enjoy this, think about subscribing to that, and otherwise let us know what you think. And yeah, cheers guys, hope you enjoy it. From both Balls and Barras. Yeah, just been getting out as much as possible, getting a few pigs. Coming up to now, got a fair few pigs. We're at the end of the cane season. So at the end of the cane season, we got a couple of good pigs, one tonner and a few other good ones, as well as a few good hunts. One of the hunts we had came in, I was going for a hunt way out of very sort of far back block, and then I was going to go walk the scrub. It was only about 5 in the afternoon, and as I came in, the dogs have taken off over to the cane, the last little block that was there, and in that area. And yeah, before I know it, Toby had a sucker, and then the other dogs come in and chased a few around. Ended up mainly the gun. Ended up, Toby pulled up one Arlie, my main bitch, pulled up another one, but I was down the bottom of the paddock shooting pigs as they were coming out, so couldn't get there fast enough, and by the time I went up to Arlie, she let go of the pigs she had, just too buggered, which is a good thing you want, of course, with a dog. Last thing you want is them to overheat on the pig. And yeah, just ran back through the paddock, and luckily I've managed to sprint down around and get to where it was going and get a shot off and got it as well, so we ended up with a sow and a heap of piglets out of that, so that was good. And then a little while later, I was going for a hunt with my good mate Jack Sampson.
Arlie, Toby, young Didge, Jack's two dogs, Evie and Luna. Evie the black one, Luna the red kelpie. And cane's nearly cut out, so we'll go and hit a couple of small blocks and see if we can get them to flush something out to shoot or if they can catch one.
This was the very last bit of cane left in the whole area. So we knew there was going to be a couple of pigs, but I definitely underestimated how many there was going to be. Yeah, we sent the dogs in, dogs got straight on, got one, and there was pigs going everywhere. Jack had probably, he was standing at the end of the road, so he would have seen probably 20 plus pigs coming out. I was standing on the other side, I think I got 4 out of that mob. Seen a good boar come out of the cane, go back in. Run out of bullets because we just weren't expecting pigs like that. It's pretty unusual to see that many. So we headed back to mine, got a few more rounds, either 223, he had his shotgun, and we came back and he hadn't seen that good boar come out anywhere, so I'd have thought he could still be in there. It's pretty rare for a pig to stay in there for that long, like it would be an hour. I went back, drove around, and it only took a couple of seconds and the dogs jumped. And yeah, probably only 30 seconds later, had a bit of a, Toby had bumped into him, had a bit of a kerfuffle, and the pig just took off out of there, flat Mickey across the open. Managed to put one shot into his shoulder as he was taking off, and then lined up for another one into his arse, and just as Toby got there, the shots sort of took effect, one hit him straight in the heart.
Toby. Get him, Toby! Good dogs! Good dogs.
Nice pig here. Bows, balls and barrows.
That's him. Just smacked him with the old 223, 1 to 4 times scope. 1 time's just pretty handy for seeing dogs, and 4 times you can still shoot them in a distance. And Toby over there chased him out. He'd probably go away a minute. Be 80 or 90 at least. 1, 2, 3. I saw the front end, man.
Smacked my elbow.
Big old boar. 92 kilos he went. So, yeah, you can't really complain with that.
Then anyway, we went for another hunt. This time I was with my mate Jake. So yeah, he's been hunting this block just as long as me, and yeah, in this bit we had a tiny little pocket of cane left on this block, and as we drove in, not expecting much, we didn't sneak in or anything, dogs jumped and they went into the cane. Jake took off around the top of the paddock trying to block off anything that had come out. Yeah, he took off around there, and then next minute the dogs hit up and just sounded like a bulldozer. It was just going flat bicky through there. Just hear it just through the cane. People that hunt cane will know the sound when you hear a good pig really going for it through there. It's just snapping sticks and pushing through, and just makes a hell of a kerfuffle. And the dogs were pretty close up him. Then he broke into the open and he had a solid 800 metres or so to go to get to where he was going. And the dogs had got right up after him and that, chased him across, and I was starting to think, oh, he's going to make it to the scrub where, don't know why it's not that thick, but for some reason they just always seem to get away once they get there, and he caught a couple out there. And yeah, the dogs pulled him up in the open just before it, so once I knew that they had pulled up, I was a bit worried because yeah, and he had little Toby as a lugger that was there. Ali had gone a different way and stayed with me, so that's my main bitch. And yeah, so I chucked her on the ute and drove around, jumped out the ute, just so excited, thinking that I was really close to where they were, and I knew where they were, didn't have a good look at the tracker. And turns out I had about a 300-400 metre run to the pig. So yeah, it left me a bit buggered. I got there and little Toby, the bully cattle whippet, got hold of him, and by then they had him for a little while, and reminded him to push through the cane on a big run. He was pretty knackered, so we got him, and straight away we knew he was a good pig. Yeah.
Ali. Good dogs. Holy shit.
Oh yes, one missing.
Oh Lord, here. If you need to lift a pig, you probably can't see. But lift it like this, not like all these other retards, but hang it upside down and whatever else they do. Like a wheelbarrow. And I'm about to leave my arsehole on the ground.
It was definitely a struggle getting this big fella onto the back of the ute. But if you use the same technique we used there, belly down, feet out in front and behind them like you're about to take a photo, you'd be surprised just how big a pig you can get onto the ute.
Alright. He's pretty big.
I've just pulled up this good boar out in the open from the cane, chased it through the whole block, a few hundred metres, out across the open, and he had probably, I probably pulled him up 800 metres from the paddock. So, bloody good work. Got my bristle up scales here. 122. I've gone 107, he's gone 105, and
105, Rose gone 107, and you're 122.
saying 100 and something. 100 and... Oh, I might be on the money.
Get out! 107.2. 106. 107, I give that to you. Well done, bro.
Yeah, boy.
107. Bro, bang on.
Pretty good, eh?
So anyway, the cane season was over after this, and still have the paddocks out there, but not much seems to really get around them without any cane. Food's the only reason they go there. So anyway, the farmer had a couple of dead beasts, so we got him to move one out into an open spot there, right in the middle of the cane paddock, and we had another dead beast that was out on a bush block. He was out in a fairly open bit as well. There had a fire go through there not long before. We had these two dead beasts, and we've been getting a few pigs off them. First time I went to the one on the cane, spotted a good pig out on it. There's a good pig just here. Dogs are onto him. There he is up there. Get him, Ollie. Yep, Toby's got hold of him. a good boar. Got him again, I better get out and sort this out. Here's that boar. It's better not today. That boar you would have seen dogs get. They're just running around out there. But yeah, good solid fella. And bloody, not sure what happened here. He came, I got up here and I think maybe he missed the gate or something, and he came running back down here. And Toby grabbed him again. He grabbed him a few times and pulled him up here this last time, and then I think Arlie came in, grabbed him as well, and as Arlie grabbed him they sort of got thrown off, and yeah, he only made it a couple of steps, and I think Arlie was the first one back on him, and then yeah, they had him. So can't complain of that. Decent sized pig. But yeah, got him, and it didn't take long for the pigs to wise up to what was going on, so we had to really sneak in after this. Had my good mate Anana from out west. I go out there quite a bit. He drives graders out west and go hunting with him. So had him up and I wanted to show him a sort of a local pig around this area. They're very hard to catch locally, so we hadn't seen too many. And yeah, so with the dead beasts, we sort of knew where to go. Headed out, had Jack with me as well, Jack Sampson again, and we headed out to the one out in the burnt paddock. And yeah, the dogs floated off. From memory, I think it was Evie, Jack's dog, and Toby, my little dog. They took off and yeah, didn't hear a noise. It was just one of them real silent boars. So the dogs got out there, seen them get near the beast, just take off a different direction about 180 metres to about 180 metres from us, up over a ridge, and it was just silent. So thought, here we are, we might have one here. We took off over there, and yeah, sure enough, had a good pig. Had a couple of dramas with the camera, got the footage, but yeah, she didn't focus too well at the start. So got the camera sorted, but you can probably see in the blur it's pretty going off at the start, as opposed to once the camera sorted its life out. There you go, now we focus. Okay, you grab it, Anan. You grab it, Anan.
Yeah.
Anan, grab it. Just grab the back legs, you'll be right.
Yeah.
Good pig.
Yeah, that's all button. A pound, eh?
Who's that pig the dogs just got?
I don't know, she's from like
Toby and
Yarrabah.
Evie.
Yeah.
Evie girl.
She's just apparently a Kelpie cross.
Good pig. Camera wouldn't focus, but yeah, it's pretty going off. Dog's done well. Pulled him up not far from the deady. Hit him maybe 50 metres off of the deady, so I don't know if he knew something was up or he's just on his way in or out or whatever, but pretty good set. Very good set. Yeah, go about just under 80 probably. Good bush pig, 8 tobes. And then we headed across to the beast out in the cane, and we parked up a little dirt track from the paddock, or probably at least a K away. Snuck right around the back of the beast, trying to get downwind. It was a really foggy night, so you can't obviously see on the camera, but it's super foggy and we couldn't see too well. But that probably helped us a little bit. Just sneaking in now. They're after one. Yes. They got it? No? Just crossing the road. Fuck!
He might have made it. They're all there, they must have him, yeah. Far out, he sounded like a good pig. A really good pig. Hey, what's that? "30 metres. He's just there. There he is. Good pig. Quick, lad, get in there. Really good pig. Quick, quick, quick. Get him. Get in there. Get him, dogs. Get him, dogs. Hey, get it. Oh, what? Gotcha, you sneaky bastard.
Oh, he's a good hog, bro. He's a solid pig, bro.
They pulled him up within 10 metres of him getting away.
Yeah.
He makes it in there, he's gone, man.
Good dogs.
Good boy, Toby. That's enough. That's enough, dogs. There's that pig the dog's just got. Little cane hooks from a cane paddock with a daddy. Yeah, that's what happens. I'll whip it, smacks you on the ball sack. There it is.
Might be able to see in the footage, Toby's a lugger, but he hits the nuts first, so I'm pretty sure that might have been what pulled him up. They were really struggling, they were hitting him on and off, so the old nuts, it's the best way to pull up a pig. So, yeah. Anyway, it wasn't long after these pigs off for daddies that I got an invite from a mate, Julian. He does a lot of cane hunting in some other farms locally. We had Royce with us and Julian's old man Greg. So yeah, we're heading up to a station up north, up the Cape. Yeah, she's pretty